Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my niece's wedding after promising to cover it? So, I'm a 35-year-old guy and I've always been close with my older sister, Emily, 38 female, and her daughter, Lily, 22 female. Emily had Lily when she was young, at 16. And since she was a single mom for most of it, I've always tried to help out where I could. Over the years, I've paid for Lily's summer camps, her college applications, and even her first car. I did this because I love them both and always wanted to support them. A year ago, Lily got engaged to her long-term boyfriend. When they announced the engagement at a family dinner, I say I'll be happy to help with wedding expenses. I never said I pay for everything, but apparently my offer was interpreted as me footing the bill for the whole wedding. It became clear when Lily and Emily started planning a big extravagant affair. Destination wedding, 200 plus guests, you name it. I sat them down and said I can contribute $15,000, which I thought was a pretty generous amount. But they both seemed really upset. Lily said I promised to pay for the wedding, and Emily backed her up, saying I always supported them and this was the least I could do. Apparently, they were expecting I covered the whole $50,000 wedding. I told them that wasn't happening. $15,000 was all I could give. Now here's where things get worse. Lily and Emily stopped including me in the wedding planning entirely. I didn't hear much from them for a while, and it turns out they booked everything for the wedding, thinking I'll eventually cave and cover it. Now they're in over their heads, and the wedding is just 3 months away. Emily called me crying, saying they were going to lose the deposits and that I ruined the wedding by not coming through. Lily isn't speaking to me. Here's the kicker. Emily and Lily are now saying I'm being manipulative, offering to help and then taking it away at the last second, making them look bad in front of the groom's family. They claim they never would have planned something so extravagant if I hadn't promised to cover it all. But I never said that. I said I'll help. I feel like I've done more than enough over the years, but now I'm being treated like the villain for not paying for this giant wedding. Am I the a-hole? Oh my goodness. The entitlement from the OP's sister and niece just makes me so angry. The OP has gone above and beyond his uncle duty by providing and financially supporting them all these years. But instead, the OP's sister and niece just looks at the OP as just basically an ATM. That's so disrespectful. He has done so much for them and yet they don't appreciate it. Let's see what other people have to say about this. The first comment says, when they announced the engagement at a family dinner, I said I'll be happy to help with wedding expenses. I never said I'll pay for everything, but apparently my offer was interpreted as me footing the bill for the whole wedding. They heard what they wanted to hear. I didn't hear much from them for a while, and it turns out they booked everything for the wedding, thinking I'll eventually cave and cover it. They then continued planning a huge wedding, even though you told them you weren't paying for everything. Now, they're in over their heads, and the wedding is just 3 months away. Not your fault. They made those choices, not you. Now I'm being treated like the villain for not paying for this giant wedding. That sucks, but you did nothing wrong. Not the a-hole. The other commenter says, I agree. Plus, I think they plan to keep this up until OP gives in. Someone responds back to that saying, they're the one who is being manipulative, not OP. I wonder how many times they try something and he's just given in or fallen for it. And then a follow-up to that comment says, manipulative and incredibly ungrateful. He paid for summer camp more than once from the sound of it. He bought her a car. He offered a huge amount for the wedding. My whole wedding was less than $15,000. So much entitlement. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. No more gifts are going to be coming forward from OP. Too bad, too sad. Another comment says, I was thinking how generous he was. $15K, but they planned this on his dime. Sadly, he enabled them over the years by being too nice. They made themselves look bad. And then a follow-up comment says, not only that, but when will this stop? You've always helped us. Why can't you pay for the down payment on my house? Or, you've always helped. Can you cover my mortgage for the next 3 months? Or, we got a great deal on a vacation through Europe. Can you help us pay for that vacation through Europe? We started in Morocco, and then the rest of the plans were hinging on us winning it big in the casinos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you're offering $15,000 for a wedding, you should honestly just tell the niece and your sister at this point by saying, hey, $15,000, take it or leave it. And if they want to say, okay, we'll take the $15,000 for the wedding, great. That should be your last gift to both of them. Because honestly, at this point, I mean, you're being incredibly generous, OP, by offering $15,000. Personally, it was me. I'll be so upset and see how ungrateful both of them are. I'll be like, you know what? I retract my $15,000. I'm not going to give you any more money because basically you only see me as an ATM. This relationship is not based on love and respect, but it's more of a transactional relationship in their eyes. So, OP, I really hope that if you really do go through with a $15,000 offer to both the niece and the OP, let that be the last time you ever help them financially. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys think about this whole situation and what would you do in OP's situation. Leave those in the comment, and if you like these types of stories, continue to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.